Yo, so I need to do a video on this. I'm really struggling. I have been for the last, I don't know, really bad, probably the last 5 years. And my wife's convinced it's bipolar because I have really ridiculous manic episodes and then horrible bouts of depression and low moods. And there's definitely a pattern to it. Week, 10 days. It's awful. It's horrible. Every project that I start seems ridiculous when I start them. And then after 7 to 10 days, I see it. And then I start something different, equally as ridiculous. At 3 in the morning because I decide I want to be a chicken farmer or buy and sell cars or start, I don't know, anything. And I'll order everything and I'll do it, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stick to it. 7 days later, I'm done, and I'm on to the next thing. And it's been like that all my life. So I rang the doctor a few years back, and they give me a number to call, a mental health place, and they'll do a bipolar a thing. So we had a letter come through saying that it's going to be at least 12 months. So, okay, fine. I'm on the right road. So over 12 months passed, nearly 18 months, my wife called up to chase them up, and they said, well, they don't do bipolar assessments. Go back to the doctor. So I've just rang the doctor, which I don't normally do. My wife normally does. I normally bury my head in the sand, and I don't really care. Just carry on regardless. And I thought, no, I'll ring the doctor. So I called up and I said, look, I'm really struggling. She says, you know, they always want to know what's up here. I said, I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling. The lows are terribly low. The highs, manic. Oh, I don't know what's worse, because the manic ones, you seem like you're in the right mind, but then in the cold light of day, when you look back at what you've been doing, you realise you've been acting completely fucking crazy. I've got up many times in the middle of the night because I've thought of a great idea that needed to be started right that second. And I draw on everything like that, everything that I've done, my past experience, how I feel. I fell out with every family member, my wife, everybody, because I know what I'm saying is right and that it's a great idea. When in a week's time I realise that it's fucking crazy. But then on the other hand, I have some good ideas that if I'd have stuck to, probably would have done well. And everyone said, well, why aren't you still doing that? That was a great idea and you were really enjoying it. But as much as I start enjoying something, as much as I start hating something, it's very strange. And I can't even bring myself to do that anymore. It's a horrible feeling because I can see it now. When I was younger, I couldn't really see it, but I can now. You know, I would start kickboxing classes, and I'll be really good for the period of time that I was there, but it wasn't good enough. So then I'd do something else, and then I'd do something else, and it'd be running, then it'd be the gym, then it would be swimming, then it would be, and it on and on and on until I got relatively good at it. Then I'd go on to something else, and then I would crash. Awful. So I explained this to the woman on the phone. She said, right, I can get you in end of June. And I said, that's 2 months. I've just said, I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling. You know, my voice was wavering. I realised my voice was wavering, and I said, but I'm really struggling. I said, I've rang who you told me to ring last time, which is a mental health place, and they don't do bipolar or any mental health examinations. She said, right, well, that's all I can do. She says, unless you want to ring up for an emergency. Is it an emergency? And I went, I don't know. I said, I've just told you, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. My highs are ridiculously high, but the lows scare me more than anything, because the lows and history shows that I can do anything. I've stopped going out nearly completely. If there's crowds of people, I definitely won't go. Traveling is nearly impossible. It's so restricting. And right at this minute, I'm on my way down, and I can feel it. I can feel this dark cloud looming over me. And years ago, that would have been when I tried to cheer myself up. I'd have gone out, right, I'll go to the pub, I'll go and get pissed, or I'll go and do a line, or I'll smoke a pipe, or I'll do whatever. And that would hold me in a manic state for longer, which would make my crashes way worse. And it's took me to bordering 50 to realise that this is a cycle. And it's quite an easy cycle to spot. It's literally, I am like that. You can virtually set my watch by it. And I used to get angry at my wife telling me this. She used to be able to read what day it was by my mood. If I was unreasonable, if I was over the top. Years ago, she used to ask me to do drug tests. Because I'd be that manic, I'd be that high. She'd say, can you do me a drug test? And I wasn't obviously on anything, because I never relapsed after sort of just over 6 years ago. That was the last time I ever did anything. And that used to offend me. Why have I got to do a drug test? What am I doing wrong? Why, and I realise now, by watching my videos on YouTube, where I am in my cycle. I know exactly where I am. And I can see if I'm manic, I can see if I'm depressed. It's quite easy to see, and I didn't realise it. My mother-in-law told me, in fact, she said, are you feeling okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm going back a few months. I said, yeah, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling fine. She was like, okay, you're very manic today. And I first off, I wasn't annoyed, but I was a bit like, why'd you say that? And then I watched my videos, and they've, struggle watching back on my videos because of this. So I thought, right, let's get some help. I need to get some help. I need to push this forward. Let's go back to the beginning. So that's why I rang the doctors again. And that's what I got. It ended with, I didn't want to be rude to the woman. She said, I can book you in 2 months or call back for an emergency. But is it an emergency? And I said, I don't know. I said, you know what? Just fucking leave it. Just leave it. Forget it. And I put the phone down. I don't know. What hope, what hope have men got if they do start talking and they're told it'll be 2 months before you can actually speak to somebody? That's a kicker, isn't it? I did not expect that. I'm not saying I expect everyone to bend over backwards for me, because I don't. I think this entitlement, I don't feel I've got any entitlement. I just wanted to see somebody and tell them something difficult for a bloke. And I'm trying to eat my own words here, because I'm telling different blokes to talk, and let's talk together, and let's get through this together, and go and see the doctor and everything else. And I thought, right, I'm going to ring the doctor. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start taking control of this, whatever it is. To be then told it's going to be 2 months. That's just to try and get a referral from a doctor to go to see somebody else, which they did before. I waited 12 months and it wasn't the right department. So I don't know. I don't understand. I'm at a fucking loss, to be honest with you. And I am struggling with the highs and the lows. The bit in between is either on the way up or on the way down. And there are periods where I feel okay, but they're few and far between. They're just not enough. And if there is a medication out there that is possible, that could somehow give me a little bit of leveling, then I would try it. God, I would try it. So that's my little rant over for today. I'm going to try. Sometimes I can snap myself out of it a little bit by doing my projects. And this is what I do. This is what Adam's Woodworking Life came about. Is because I needed to feel some sort of value, that I wanted to do something, that all the skills that I'd learned over the years, the fucking hundreds of jobs that I've had over the years, will somehow come good in the end, and so I can put everything that I've learned all into one, which is Adam's Woodworking Life, and it's the only thing that is mine, that I feel that I can just stand around here and do little projects, and no one's telling me that I'm not good enough. So, yeah. I wanted to put this on, and I don't like the fact, because TikTok and YouTube, you see different guys getting upset and the men's mental health thing, and I'm doing the same, but I need to be honest. I can't just keep saying that I'm okay, and then behind the camera, I'm fucking dying. So, take a breath. Try and listen to some of the words that I try and say, that I do, as in I'll go outside, I'll nature, I'll listen to the birds, the sun on my face, cup of tea, whatever it may be, and just take a minute. But I wanted to do this video to show that, yeah, life can be difficult even if people don't think it is. You don't, you know, yeah. I'm going to leave it there because no one wants to be bummed out anymore, and I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I've been here a million times, and it's a little bit feeling sorry for myself. I'll be okay. So it's not the sympathy I'm going for. I'm completely doing this for everybody that's in the same boat. And I talk to loads of you guys, and I feel your pain, is what I'm saying. I do. I know I'm not out of the woods yet. I am struggling a bit. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. Back to it. Fucking sort myself out. I can hear my dad now, whacking me on the back, telling me to fucking man up. Okay. Thanks for watching. Sorry to bum you out. It's not a fun one, but anyway, get to the next one.